All right, so Francis Ngannou got knocked out by Anthony Joshua, okay? Well, what do you think was supposed to happen when he fought a guy who actually took him seriously, actually trained for him, actually gave him the respect of saying, you know what, I'm not going to let this motherfucker step into my domain and try to show the fucking world that he's better than me when he's only had one other real fucking pro fight against his arch nemesis, Tyson Fury. I mean, it's kind of obvious that Tyson Fury was like, oh shit, I can't believe this guy just knocked me down. And for the rest of the fight, he pretty much dominated Ngannou in boxing skill, which is why he won the fight. If you want to score it on the takedown and damage done before that, and maybe a couple of hits that Ngannou got for the rest of the fight, you want to give it to Ngannou, fine. But in terms of boxing, no, Tyson Fury fairly won that one. But in terms of it getting completely dropped 3 times and then knocked out fucking cold in the second round by Anthony Joshua, I got to give so much respect to a guy like Anthony Joshua, who basically said, I don't care who I'm stepping in the ring with. I'm going to fuck that guy up. I don't care what his background is. I don't care how popular he is. I don't care where he's fucking from. I don't care the shit that he went through as a fucking child. I know why he's here. He's here to make fucking money. And I'm also here to make money. So I'm going to make a lot of money. He's going to make a lot of money too, not as much as me. And I'm going to put him on his fucking ass and send him into fucking boxing retirement. Now, so Francis Ngannou goes in there and, everyone's like, oh my God, he got knocked out. I feel so bad, blah, blah. Guys, what the fuck are you feeling bad about? This dude made $20 million. Francis Ngannou made $20 million to get his ass dropped in the second round of what was supposed to be a 10-round boxing match. So what? He made $20 million for how much work? 5 minutes total of work, 3 minutes in the first round and a couple in the fucking second. 5 fucking minutes of work. This guy makes $20 fucking million. Now, I thought Francis Ngannou years ago said, I want to be free. It's not about the money. It's just about going out there and fighting. If that's true, then why did you accept this fight? You accepted the fight because it made you $20 fucking million. It's always been about the money. I would have respected Francis Ngannou more if he just stopped lying. Because again, if anyone knows the situation, I'm not going to go over it because I said it so many times in other videos. The dude was hurt in the UFC. He was holding back the UFC. And then he says, then I don't want to let me be free. How can you be free when you were in a fucking, you were basically in a coma after that fucking Stipe victory and you didn't want to fight John Jones? That's it. And, you would have been the highest paid guy in the fucking UFC making $7 million for the fight, allegedly, because that's what fucking Dana White said. And that was before you went into boxing. And then you sign with the PFL. You don't even have to, you made a genius deal, man. I got to give you credit. I don't know why the fuck they're paying you because you haven't done shit for them. The only thing that you do, it was such a big deal, right? You get signed by the PFL. Okay, so he's going to stay in MMA. No, I'm going to fight boxing first, maybe 2 matches, and then I come back and fight MMA. Okay, so then why are you with the PFL? Why did this guy give you money? Did he think that just having your name there was going to promote the fucking PFL? I still can't tell you anyone who fights in the PFL. I just know that Francis Ngannou and Dan Hardy are associated with the PFL. And the reason why I know that is because both of those guys were previously associated with the UFC. And Bellator is fucking gone. So it's this is crazy, man. Right? I don't feel bad for a guy who lied about it not being about their money. I just want to be free. And he made $30 million total for losing. $20 fucking million for 5 minutes of work. Please. All right. So maybe he has some brain damage. I hope he doesn't have sustained brain damage from this, from that knockdown. That was a brutal knockdown, man. He was stiff. Basically, and it's funny, right? In the UFC, it seems that this is like an ongoing thing. The way that he laid out, who was that fucking guy that he knocked out with that fucking uppercut, right? Oh, Alistair Overeem. That's right. He knocked out Alistair Overeem. It looked like a fucking video game uppercut. And he sent that motherfucker on his back and his toes were pointed outwards. His body was stiff. He looked completely dead. Now go and look at what happened to this guy on fucking, what was it, Friday night? Go back and look. He went on the fucking canvas. It was the exact thing that he did to Alistair Overeem. Laid out on his back, toes pointed, not moving, dead. And I got to give him credit for stepping in the ring, but I also got to give him even more credit. And I don't think a lot of guys would do this. He gets knocked out cold, and at least he had the balls to show up to the press conference. He looked completely out of it. He was barely fucking coherent. He looked like he had 3 hours of sleep and he was still in the middle of a fucking fever dream when he was answering some of those questions. So I got to give him props for that, man. And you know what? I got to give this motherfucker so much credit for going through life, such a shit life, and everything he went through to finally get to the point where he is a multi-millionaire punching someone in the face or getting knocked out as the case may be, because, he built the fucking character. He built this amazing fucking character. He was the UFC fucking heavyweight champion. I wish he would have never left the UFC, but he wanted some money and he fought, arguably 2 of the best fighters to ever fucking fight ever in boxing in the heavyweight division. I mean, the only other guy I could think of if he was younger would be Tyson. But, we'll leave that to idiots like Jake Paul to fight a 57-year-old fucking Tyson, which is a mismatch with the fucking century. I still think that Tyson has the ability to knock out Jake Paul if he does it in the first or second round. But after that, whatever. Anyway, it's a fucking sideshow. I digress, getting back to Francis Ngannou. So I like Francis Ngannou and I like what he did. And I have to fucking applaud him for getting out of that fucking hellhole misery that he lived in. I mean, that just took balls and everything. And he still stays close to his family and his country. He's really a great guy for that. I just wish he wouldn't lie and fucking say, I just want to be free. It's not about the money. Dude, it was always about the fucking money. It was only and always about the fucking money. Again, I mean, genius move with the PFL. Like, what exactly are you doing for them? Athlete rep. And now, of course, you know that these guys are going to want to fucking fight you because they see that they have the ability to fucking knock you out. So you just gave them all types of fucking confidence. You're not going to get fought the same way that you would have gotten fought if you wouldn't have got laid out by Anthony Joshua. Now these people are going to look at you and say, okay, so he can get knocked out. He doesn't have a fucking chin. We can actually fuck this dude up. All we got to do is fucking hit him as hard as possible in that fucking chin and knock him down. Easier said than done because, by the way, Anthony Joshua was a goddamn master boxer. He would get killed in MMA, but who cares? This isn't MMA. This is boxing. Why? Francis Ngannou chose to go to boxing. He would have been a heavyweight champion probably forever. I don't know why he didn't want to fight John Jones. Maybe he knows that John Jones would have fucked him up. I don't know. But the truth is, he saw the fucking dollar signs. He talks shit about Dana White, talks shit about every other fucking promoter, and instead of working with any promoter, starts his own company and goes right to Saudi Arabia and takes their fucking money. So that's it. Good. Look, I mean, more power to you, bro. $30 million and 2 fights later, you are a multimillionaire. You never have to work again. I'm sure that you and your family and whatever extended family you have is going to be set for life. But I have no respect for your business acumen. I have no respect for the way that you treated Dana White. You lied about what the fuck he was offering you and saying that you want to be free. Yeah, well, you signed the contract, buddy. And by the way, he did let you out. And the only reason why he didn't let you out earlier is because he thought you were going to come to your senses because you were fucked up for all those months on a goddamn bed in the hospital recovering from your injury. And that was the same excuse you kept using. I can't fight now. I'm still in recovery. And then when you fully recovered, you're like, oh, Dana White is like a fucking slave master. And like, I got to make sure that he frees me from this shit. Well, you're free. You got knocked out. I don't know who else is going to want to fight you in boxing again. I got to be honest, because who else are you going to fight? I mean, I don't want to watch you fight Fury again, even though Fury probably wants to put his hands on you now because he knows you can get knocked out. Anthony Joshua's not going to want to fight you again. I mean, he made quick work of you. So he pretty much made you irrelevant. So who are you going to fight? I mean, you're just going to start trying to build up your way in the ranks and be a boxing superstar? It's not going to work, man. I mean, people know your weaknesses. They know your vulnerabilities. They have plenty of rounds to study your skills with or lack of from the Tyson Fury fight. And now they know that what your vulnerabilities are when it comes to that fucking chin in the Anthony Joshua fight. If I'm you, man, I just fight in the PFL and say, fuck it. But I probably wouldn't even fight in the PFL. I would just retire at that point because you got plenty of money. You don't have to fight. You should probably take care of that cranium because I hope you don't have brain damage, but you got knocked out cold, man. And you're never going to fucking be the same after that. So I hope that you do what's right. I hope you treat your body good. I hope you put it through all types of therapies, both known and unknown, whether it's posted on fucking Joe Rogan, Sugar Sean O'Malley, or whoever else these fucking people use in order to get their bodies right. And I hope you fully recover. And I hope you never fight again. I hope that you remain an inspiration to people in your country to better their lives. I hope you give a lot of your money back to your country so you can help rebuild it. I'm sure you will. I know you're a very generous and wise person, especially for your age. You're incredibly young. You're powerful. You're strong. You have a great look. But please don't ever fight again. And when I say fight, I mean fight like nothing. Don't box. Don't go to MMA because it's not going to be good. If you lose in MMA, the aura of Francis Ngannou dies with you. So, you're going to have to knock the guy out. And you better handpick that guy too. You better say, you better play the Jake Paul game and pick the weakest dude in like the PFL in the heavyweight division and knock him out. And then quote unquote show people that you're relevant because you're just not going to be the same, man. And if I were you, I'd just step out, just step away, take your 30 million, invest it. You could probably make hundreds of millions of dollars in the next fucking 10 years and never have to fight again. Never have to get knocked out again. Never have to hurt your hands again. Provide for you and your family and all your friends and loved ones and everything else. But man, completely brutal. I would have so much more respect for you if you didn't lie about what happened to you and Dana White. But you made the money, right? So who gives a shit what I think?